Welcome my friends, Evan Gray here. Thank you for joining me for this episode today. In today's episode I want to address two things. One, the status on my truck, which was stolen back in May, about 6 weeks ago. And number two, doing some work on the cargo trailer, going to be mounting or trying to mount a pole with an extension for a booster antenna, as well as doing a modification to my spare tire mount. Let's roll the intro and get into it. This video is sponsored by Renowned Cargo Trailers. Over here behind me you can see where there's a spare tire mount that was put on here, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks ago by a friend who helped me out, but there's a problem with it. Let me show you. You can see this bolt here that goes out and this goes through one of the lug nut holes on the spare tire. Unfortunately, this distance here is about 1 inch short of the distance I need for the spare tire. It doesn't matter if I flip it one way or flip it the other, it won't get on here, and it is quite an ordeal to lift this spare tire up here by myself to try to get it mounted on here. And then I finally determined that this is actually too short. It needs to be about 1 inch longer. Now this particular kit comes with 2 bolts, a short bolt which you see here and a longer bolt. In order to fix this, I have to go inside the trailer. I have to remove the plywood of the wall and some of the insulation to get to the back side of the nuts of the bolts that are going through the wall onto the inside, so that I can remove that and put the other bolt in. So this is quite an ordeal, probably going to take me an hour, 45 minutes, something like that to do it. That's going to take a while. Just off to the side here, going up this side, I'm going to put a booster antenna up there. I've already put a hole in the top with a gland so that it'll be a watertight seal for the antenna to go to the inside. The booster that I'm using is the same one I had in the step van I got maybe about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. High boost. I'll put a link to it above when I did a review on it. It is really good, but in some of these remote areas like where I am now in the remote forests up in Colorado, the signal is not really great, and so I need just a little bit more to be able to have internet in some of the areas that I've been traveling to. So I've purchased an omni-directional antenna that I need to put on a pole to get it up higher and then run a cable back inside to the booster. So over here I'm going to have to remove this sheet of plywood. I'm going to have to remove the insulation behind it and move out all the stuff here, the mattress and everything else that I have in front of it. In order to expose that, also have to remove that corner piece over there. Alright, I've pulled off the plywood back here. Let me show you what it looks like. This is the sheet of the plywood over here, the mattress, and then I pulled off one layer of insulation here below the furring strip, and right here you can see the bolts. So I need to figure out a way to hold this on one side while I go outside and back them off. So might have to try to hit up a neighbor here to help me hold this on one side so I can get these bolts backed off. Alright, task is done. I did have to hit up a neighbor. A nice couple walking a dog right along the road here stopped to help me, so it was really easy to get the nuts on the back side with their help. Anyway, so hopefully the spare tire will fit on there now. This is what it looks like. All the bolts are back in. And outside here, this is the new longer bolt. So this should be plenty long for what I need. And success! The new antenna is mounted and extended. Everything looks good. Here you can see the pole attached on the bottom. I just use these conduit brackets. I've used these before. Pretty easy way to attach something. And then it goes up to the top and then extends up to my new omnidirectional antenna. I'll put a link down below in case any of you are interested in checking that out. It's an Amazon affiliate link. Anyway, some new coaxial cable going inside. Pretty pleased with the work. I just need to get a helping hand to mount the tire out here, but the new length looks like it's going to be just perfect. Today I have some news. I'm making a quick trip from up here in the Colorado mountains down to Denver, about a 2-hour drive, to go down to do a test drive of my truck. I have Steve's truck started here. It's about 8:30 in the morning. This thing is really difficult to start because right now the glow plugs are not working in his truck. So I have to use a block heater, heat it up for a couple of hours in order to get it started, and it is quite the ordeal. But I am extremely grateful, thank you Steve, for the loaner of the vehicle for so long. It's been about 6 weeks now that he's loaned me this truck, so that's a true friend there that's really going out of his way for me. So let me explain what's going on. Geico just told me they are going to total my truck and that they are going to offer me a buyback. So I need to decide, am I going to buy back my truck or not? And in order to make that decision, I want to drive from here down to Denver to do a test drive of the truck. They have batteries in it. They say it's starting and driving. So I want to take it for a drive and make sure that it shifts through all the gears, the controls work okay, the engine starts. I have no idea. I mean, I'm trusting these guys that they're telling me the truth, but I want to sort of go down and look at it so that I can make a decision with a clear head. All right, let's hit the road, get all the way down to Denver, and see how the truck looks. Well, I have arrived in Denver. I'm right in front of BJ's Auto Repair, the place that's had my truck for the last month, which was really close to where it was stolen. So anyway, I called them in advance. They say they're okay with me doing a test drive today, checking out the truck so that I can make a decision. Just in recap, my insurance has said that they will pay for a total vehicle and give me a buyback option, but they won't give me any money at all until I have the title in my name. So that's the real holdup, is getting the title in my name. And so that's going to be quite the ordeal. I have about 2 weeks. I'm going to Las Vegas, DMV, to try to get the title in my name. I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that I can do that. All right, I'm in a golf cart and we're headed over to get a couple of batteries to put in my vehicle. Apparently they put it in originally to do a test drive and pulled the batteries back out, so we're going to have to put those in. All right, we have arrived at my truck. It's so strange to see it. He's putting in batteries right now. I'm going to do a quick walk around again. Cosmetically, on the outside, it looks like it's in good condition. Still has the crate in the back, still has the pallet in the back here. All the glass looks to be intact. Alright, it started right up. We just shut the hood. I'm going to go for a test drive, try to test everything inside, the door locks, the power windows, the AC, make sure it shifts through the gears, the brakes work, everything. Getting inside with these weird brown seats that are here. Well, one of my power windows does not work on the driver's side. Interesting. And the power window going up does not work on the passenger side. Here I'm trying to make it go up and down. It doesn't work. We made another interesting discovery here. The seats are not actually bolted down.
Yeah, these aren't even the right seats for the truck.
Right, these are not the right seats, but they move back and forth. They're not even bolted down. They're just sitting in here. Interesting. So yet one other thing to be aware of. I just noticed that all the knobs are gone off of the controls here, so that's yet one more thing. Seems to be shifting just fine. Brakes seem good. This is so strange to be driving this vehicle. Air conditioning's good. Well, I just finished the test drive. It runs and drives great. Overall, just a few little things that I noticed. One is that the power windows are not working, but overall I think that I want to do the buyback on this. I think that it's a solid truck and that it's just a matter of me fixing the interior and the items that you've seen in the video up to this point. going to go back in and tell them to go ahead and start on the work. Adjust and add a couple of items to the list that they already have. Anyway, so that's the status on the truck. I just need to sign paperwork to agree to the total and the buyback. It's going to be probably a few months before I get money from Geico to do all my repairs, so I'm going to be using the GoFundMe money at this point to get the repairs done and new interior, all that kind of stuff, and then a few months down the road I should have money from Geico to reimburse me from all that. And then I plan on donating anything that I don't need that's left over to the HOWA program, Homes on Wheels Alliance, and that should be pretty much the total amount, or pretty close to it. I have to say, I sure like these folks. You know, they're just so nice inside. Probably one of the nicest set of mechanics or repair shop I've ever dealt with. So now back up into the mountains again. I've arrived back at my camp. Everything went really well. It was 2 hours driving down, 2 hours back for 10 minutes of test drive down in Denver. Was it worth the time? I think yes, definitely so. Peace of mind. I feel really good about deciding to buy back my truck. It seems like it's in great mechanical condition, and all I need to do is fix up those interior things. I think with the insurance money that I'm going to be getting, that will be easily possible. That's all I have for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Savor the moment, and I'll see you in a future episode.